Welcome back to Next Level Rides. In today's episode, we're here with my buddy Marcel, and we're working on a 2020 Toyota Corolla. So stay tuned and we'll show you what we're working with. We have here, as mentioned, a 2020 Toyota Corolla hatchback. Is it a manual transmission?
It is a manual transmission, yes.
It's a manual transmission. So with all first mods that I think anybody should do is intake and exhaust. So I'm going to show you exactly what exhaust we have for this hatchback, and it's actually pretty neat, and it should awaken it just a little bit. Is it going to make it a race car?
Yes.
But, well, if you're comparing it to those individuals at Barlow with welfare straight piped exhausts where they took a Sawzall and cut it off and that brap, nothing more, no horsepower, no nothing, then no, you guys. This is actually a proper exhaust. It still has mufflers and it's not welfare. So yeah, a little bit of money was spent, not just a Sawzall and your buddy guy friend. It's proper. So we're gonna get to installing the exhaust. I believe there's a rear valence diffuser thing and an intake. So it's gonna make noises from the front and the back. So let me show you what we got. So what we have here is the Remark exhaust. Now I'm not completely sure if this is titanium. It's extremely light and it looks really good. The factory exhaust, the bumper has two exhaust tips that are both fake, and it's a single exhaust. So they quite literally dumped the single exhaust on the passenger side and put two fake exhaust tips on the bumper. Toyota, do better. So besides the Remark exhaust, we have an AEM intake system. So let's see what we got. Super strength molding tape. Great. Yeah, that looks like your stereotypical intake piping with your not dirty cone filter. And oh, that's actually kind of neat. It has a lid for the airbox. So it's not just gonna suck hot air from the engine bay, it's actually gonna be a cold air intake. Sweet. All right, first things first, let's do the exhaust. So I'm gonna put this all inside carefully, chuck this back in here. We're gonna start by ripping off the valence. So while I sip on my Java, we're gonna show you exactly what it sounds like stock and then after. Now that we smoked this out when it's minus 40 outside, we're gonna get started. So we're gonna start by ripping off the rear diffuser. I can't imagine the exhaust is gonna fit with the stock diffuser. I don't think it does.
No, it wouldn't, because the tips would come out right where these fake tips are.
Yeah, look at this.
Yeah, thanks Toyota.
Okay, I'm gonna start by ripping this off, and then we'll go from there. So the tabs that I'm pulling out, you can see here. So we've got this one, and so forth. So there's quite a few. Now the ones I'm fighting with are these ones right here. So that one there. There's one there, and there was one there. So once those are out, the tips should come out. And then for these, once you take it out of here, these fold down. So it gives you a little bit more room to get in behind. So if I use this, and I get underneath, and I wiggle it. Oh, geez, I actually got one.
There you go, that's in perfect condition.
Yeah, the rest are in a condition.
Original JDM clips.
Oh my God, like where do you drive that? There's so many big ass rocks. Just chewing gravel. Tastes like High River.
Oh, there you go.
On a BMW, it's like two clips and you just pull it out. This, you have to pull it out from the underneath. This is the weirdest one I've ever had to do.
Oh, look at that.
Gross. Here.
Thank you very much.
Jeez, that's so dirty. Look at that single exhaust. Next plan of attack. We're gonna spray a little bit of WD-40 on all the exhaust hangers to make them a little bit easier to take off. May as well spray all the bolts. Let that marinate for a little bit. So things we're gonna take off. There's one hanger here. There's gonna be two down here on the muffler, I'm sure. Yeah, one up here, one up there. And the two bolts on the catalytic converter. So what I'm gonna try to do right at the back of the catalytic converter, there's actually two 14 mil bolts here. Now, they're rusted and corroded, so we're gonna try to crack them free without snapping them. One seemed to come free, the other one I think we're gonna have to, okay, that is working. So here, you can see there's the bolt and it has the flat portion with a spring. So in behind is gonna be a donut gasket. What this does is you'll torque it to a certain spec and it's gonna have a little bit of flex in there. So that'll be the flex in the exhaust system if it ends up needing to move. So don't over torque them and make sure they're anti-seized. So before we go to put them back in, we'll make sure they're all lubed up. So that should come free. Yep. Now we're gonna fight with these exhaust hangers. I should get a pliers for them. There's a certain tool that makes this a lot easier. But most times you can wedge a flathead in there and just pry it off. Just like that. Fortunately, the car is new, so you're able to actually do that. If it was older, I don't think you could. We'll go to this next one, wedge it in. Holy. Good thing you don't have exhaust tips. We can just roll it down like that. All right, let's try this one. So this one's being a bit of a pain, so I'm gonna wedge the flathead in there. Get dust in the eye. Put the little red rocket from the WD-40 in. Use the flathead, and then I should be able to pry it out. Because now it'll be all lubed up. Yep, there we go. Now if you want to hold the exhaust, let's see if I can do this one without it dropping to my forehead. Good. Yep, we're gonna lower it. Then that's it. If you want to pull it out, it's actually pretty light.
Skinny boy.
Stage 1 weight reduction complete. So intrusive thoughts with the exhaust off, I think it's tradition that we're just gonna end up starting it. So
Yeah, there's no exhaust on it, so.
yeah, it's just open down pipe.
Just, it might shoot flames.
No, it won't
No?
shoot flames, not with a cat. No. Actually,
It's not bad. Just a little, just a little.
it's very rich. It's not even bad.
No. And with that, we are done.
Okay, we're done. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. We're not done, are we?
No, you're not.
All right, we're gonna install this thing. So these bolts I'm gonna pre-lube. So I usually just take both bolts and roll them around a little bit to get them in the threads. Good enough for a Toyota. Put those to the side. And now I think what we're gonna start with is hanging the rear mufflers. Actually maybe diffuser. I think diffuser because the mufflers might be in the way.
Yeah, we can see how the muffler.
Okay, we're gonna start by test fitting the diffuser. It's gonna look so much better. Show them the diffuser.
It's supposed to look something like this.
It sits over top of the plastic,
Yeah.
so it's gonna rub the paint.
Probably, but that's why I brought glue, because if you glue it here,
Like 3M?
3M, yeah, that's why I don't think it should rub in that case. But yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, Marcel's gonna start by putting the mounting tape on that, and I'll start by just hanging the muffler pieces underneath.
Yeah.
The diffuser is now good. When it sits in the sun for a little while, it'll get a little tacky, and then just press on it and it'll be fine. But it's held in with 2 clips, 2 screws on either side, way more mounting tape than it needs. Exhaust time.
I'm exhausted. Ha!
Jokes are funny. I'm gonna make sure these are all lubed up first. It'll make installing the hangers much easier. It doesn't take much, just put a bit of WD-40, it'll drip towards the bottom. So right here you have your donut gasket. This one here, it still looks fine. I mean, it's a brand new vehicle, so we don't need to worry too much about it. Sometimes they'll start to crumble, so in some cases you may need to change these. If it's a little bit crumbly and you don't have another one and you're in a bit of a pinch and you have some gasket maker, just put a little ring of copper gasket maker, loosely fit it, and then snug it down after 10 minutes. It'll be fine. Let's see how far I can slide. Oh, no, not very far. All right. Fortunately, the exhaust is relatively light, so we should be able to wiggle it in place. So we'll slip it in there. We'll get it on the exhaust there. We'll go down here. Let's see if I can just force it in. Oh, when in doubt, spit on it. All right, 2 spring things. Line it up. We're just gonna loosely fit these. Just a hair, so the spring bottoms out. That's good. So this is the only thing I'm not super stoked about is reusing an exhaust gasket, because anytime I used exhaust gaskets, it's leaked. This gasket's toast.
It's done.
Oh yeah. So I don't really want to reuse this. You can see where water's just gotten in here. It's just a cheaper gasket. So this fire ring, it's all pitted. So even if it was all nice, cleaned and flat, it'd probably leak. You could use gasket maker and it might be all right. But fortunately, we're in Tony's garage and I have a shit ton of gaskets. Oh look, it's the first one I get. Okay, so you can see it's the same diameter, 2.5 inch. It has the metal ring inside here. The ring is nice because that'll ensure that it seals. Once it's crushed, generally they don't seal very well. But for this, all we need to do is tighten it, chuck it in there. If you're picky, you can put the lightest skim of gasket maker on here, but because it's all new, you don't have to. Dirty bolt. Scotch-Brite towel thing. Scotch-Brite? No, Scotch-Brite? Scotch towel? I don't know. Green abrasive thing.
Makes clean bolt.
Makes drop the bolt. Run it through a couple times. Clean bolt. Dirty bolt. Clean bolt. And what do we do with clean bolts, kids? NTCs.
Ready for this bad boy?
Yep.
There you go. Are the hangers still in the old exhaust?
Yep.
I take this back.
Oh no.
The hangers are on the exhaust that's outside under the deck.
Ah, damn it. For the record, it's minus, what? Feels like minus 44?
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Now that he's gone, we can talk about his majestic beard. And what if this video got like, what, 10,000 likes? He shaved it off. Coming.
I heard a dog. Yeah, they froze.
They are frozen?
Oh yeah, look.
Solid.
All right, let's try it again. Not bad.
Oh no, she's looking good.
Okay, do you want to hand me the gasket? This part's pretty simple. You're just putting the 2-wall gasket in between. So how did the tips look? Sort of centered?
The left, we could go to the left a little bit.
It needs to go to the left a little?
But my left, you're right.
So an issue we're running into is this exhaust tip is hanging a little bit low because it's hitting this fabric thing. What I'm trying to do here is move it in a way where it's going to give us a little bit of clearance for it to fold up, but not really working out here. Yeah, I mean, the exhaust is touching this fabric thing. That's the only thing I don't like. All it's really doing is just
covering it from mud and
yeah, that's all it's really doing. It's only being held in with a clip and this weird spinning clip up here. So I mean, it's up to you. We could take it out.
Whichever is easier. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
That's weight reduction, isn't it?
Yep. All right, I'm gonna tighten the bolts up here. Final snug, and then I think we're ready to start it.
Listen to her, see how she sounds.
Broom, broom. You know, after open downpipe or open cat or open header? No.
Cat.
Anyways, without the exhaust on, it's gonna be so much quieter, but I think it's just gonna be a really, really smooth sound.
Little nice rumble.
The way that I end up measuring exhausts is just stick your hand in up and around. You'll be able to tell if it's equally spaced. Give it a wiggle to see where it's gonna sit. Now it's gonna self-clear on this eBay diffuser, but for fitment, really nice. And the tips actually looks very, very good. Now I wanna find out what it sounds like. It's good.
Just for the
Sounds
viewers,
way better.
that's a soft limiter at 4,500.
Sometimes when you put an exhaust on, you'll have to go in after a few heat cycles to give it a snug. Sometimes they will start getting a little bit loose. So in a couple of days, we can just go in there, snug them up. It's all just 14 mils and 4 bolts. Make sure those are tight. We're gonna take it off the quick jack. We're gonna roll it back just a hair, and then we're going to do the intake really quick.
But where is it?
Gross.
Is it the dirt or the Toyota?
I mean, little column A, little column B. So we're gonna need 10 mil, some clips, and a pick. I'll be right back. This takes 0.16?
Yeah.
Gross. That used to be for hybrids. I think it's 0W8 now. Okay, so that's loose. Okay.
Like a glove.
Yep. Well, throttle body is squeaky clean. Look at that.
Oh.
So we've got two 10 mils here. This is just on a rubber tab, so you pull it out, it'll be fine. And then we're gonna pull this up and out. So that's just a slip fitting. So let's start by taking these. Nice. Okay. Push down, pull this up. That wasn't so bad, look how gross. All right, let's figure out how this goes together now. So this is the bottom part of the airbox. I'm guessing this is going to simulate that snorkel. Actually, we're probably gonna need to take this out. How the hell? Dude.
Just like that.
Like a glove. So you'll need this little piece, and it actually just looks like it. Come on, it can't be that easy, can it?
Yeah.
Just literally pushed in. So let's leave this to the side. Now we're gonna just dust this off because I don't want any rocks or anything scratching the paint. And normally for these, you'll have this. So this is what they normally sit onto. So you thread these in here. And it's just finger tight until it bottoms out. But this will give it a little bit of flexibility. That's literally it. This must go in there. And this probably goes in here. Maybe this goes in here. Maybe that goes there. Maybe this goes here. Okay, so we need to find a bolt or something that goes through there. I'm not quite sure what's gonna be in there. But so far this is actually not so bad. Before I put this in, it looks like this little grommet with the threaded portion is supposed to go in there first. So let's see if I can wiggle it. Okay, so these nuts are a built-in lock washer, so you can see the teeth on them. So these are locking on themselves. You just need to put the washers here and then the nuts. Which nuts, do you ask? These nuts.
Got it!
We're just gonna put this one with the, looks like a 5mm Allen head. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this out, so it's just tiny little Phillips #1s for the MAF sensor, and we're gonna put it into this pipe here. Now, this pipe very well may use a metric thread, and depending on what Toyota has going on here, I'll see if I need to use bolts that were from the kit. I guess we'll see. All right, now that we used, I think it's Allen #3, you can put this filter on. So first and foremost, we're gonna push this hose back in. And then we're gonna wiggle this up top and try and do it at the same time, get back on there. So that actually fits in there pretty nice. And this, go right on top here. So here, make sure the coupler is bottomed out on the throttle body and make sure that it sits into the little cavity there. Okay, you don't need to reef on these too crazy. Just make sure they're straight-ish at least. That's good. So it looks like this P-clamp here, they must have done this.
Yep.
I'm not even mad at that, actually.
Easy, simple,
It's
fun.
pretty good. I like it, yeah, AEM's good stuff. So now we're gonna plug this back in. Nothing crazy with that. Because I don't like seeing this metal piece, we're gonna rotate it, snug this. Now we're just gonna need to put the cover on. Cleanest part of the engine bay. So because we haven't learned the first 2 times, we're gonna start it and rev it in a closed garage and smoke us out again. But we're gonna give you the intake noise. So that's our sacrifice. Stab the gas.
Just like kick it.
Okay, shut it off before you kill us. Well, there you have it. Another job well done. Sounds good from the front and from the back. It's all about the small things. Really, this won't increase the power or anything crazy. Maybe, what, 2 horsepower on a cold day?
Yeah, if that. But it's more so about the fun factor, right?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's more about drivability, and it sounds good. Not everybody wants a muffler delete, and you have to take the car to get it welded. It looks great, it sounds great, and even if you pick up, I don't know, say best case 10 horsepower to the motor, it's all about the experience driving the vehicle. It's gonna sound a lot better, you're gonna feel a lot better driving. In turn, who cares if it doesn't make power? It's gonna be better. That's all for today. I'm sure a lot of people are surprised that we had a Toyota on the channel, but it's not all BMW. Sometimes it's nice to work on something reliable. So that's all for today. Feel free to like and subscribe, jingle notification thing. That guy, and this guy, and whoever else ended up posting a video, and we'll see you on the next one. Man, these clips suck. It probably doesn't help that they're full of like Canadian road. What'd you say, dick?
Gunk.
Gunk.
I know I got an accent, but it shouldn't be that bad.
Toyota.
Hey, I'm gonna dance.
Just start saying stuff like dance, monkey, dance.
Dance, monkey.
You cut that. That does not get put in.
You think that.
Yeah, I know.
Forget everything that you thought you knew. I do things better, you know I do.